All right. Again, I think I'm going to keep marching on here. I think I am. Revan, what's up, dude? Pengus, Tengus, Jokic. Celtics, man. By the way, they made those big signings. They didn't even do that well in the playoffs. The Bridges are gone. Travis Bradley is gone. Long-time member of the Breeze. 4th overall pick back in 2022. A rough loss. He hadn't been on your team for a bit, though. R.I.P. Mark Marks. We'll miss you. Lou also retires. 2nd round pick in 2026. Again, we are seeing some long-time members of our squads retiring here. Staff retirements. Hall of Fame inductees. Joker makes it. Fair enough. Jokic didn't get his number retired anyway. Jaylen Brown gets his number retired by the Celtics, though. League meetings. 11 players from each conference will be named to the All-Star team, so a slight change to the All-Star rules. Again, I want to keep going. I want to see her make the Hall of Fame. Lottery, of course, not important to either one of us. The Breeze have the... This is the first time you guys will have the higher draft pick than me as well. 31st, I have the 30th. Interesting. Staff signing we don't got to worry about. So, to the draft we go. So, for the first time, I think, in a long time, the Airmen will have this pick. Obviously not including the times that we both sucked. But... Gear Bod, also known as Air Bod. Let's see here. Starter, Elton James. Starter, Clifton Early. Could have been better than starter, man, and they didn't. So there's 2 forwards and a power forward I'll be looking at here. Clifton Early's 23, Elton James is 18. And honestly, Elton James looks better than Early. Figure that one out. For power forwards, it's this guy. He's 22. He's decent. What the hell am I taking here? To be honest, I probably need a forward more. I'm going to take Elton, hopefully the next LeBron James. That is my...
Beep, beep, beep! Oh, sorry! What's that? Oh, that's just a you can't make this shit up alarm!
We're beeping because Revan drops a 50 bomb in our face! In our face! Goodness! We're playing it again. No. Was it loud enough? Play it again. Goddamn, Revan. Thank you. You beautiful son of a gun. Emote spam. I mean, Sergachev, you should, except you're not subbed. Which means, it's just, there we go. That's better. Tougie, what did you do? He'll find out. Revan, thank you for that, though, dude. I do appreciate it tremendously. Goodness gracious. Thank you for buying me dinner. I already ate. I'm just kidding. Just because the girlfriend leaves doesn't mean I don't know how to eat. But I can feed myself without calling anybody to bring me food. I can do it. Revan, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. And I thank you for it. And the good thing is you said thank you for being you. Well, I don't think I'd be good at being anybody else, so. Let's see. Center, Tommy Adams. Power forward, Montes.
For those about to
early
score,
again. Hawks
you.
with the gifted. Yeah, I'll love to see it. Alright, I think you guys have your target here. I think you do. I think it's got to be Tommy Adams. 21, good physically, good rebounder, good interior defender. That's the guy for you. especially again as your big men start to age. Tommy Adams, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. 39 months. That's one way to put it. All right, let's get to those next picks here. Let's see, to the Airmen. I don't think I'm gonna have like anybody available here. Jesus. All-Star Bowen, All-Star Nicholson. Like that's it. I got nothing. Bowen or Nicholson. Jays, I did see it. The new MLB map is a Kraken, which is pretty funny. I don't know if they did that specifically for Seattle. I'll take Marty Bowen. Good perimeter defender. Good physicality. Probably use another guard as well. Hopefully, Byra, hopefully. But I've been worried not to be too bothered about it. Actually, that's to you guys. I thought my pick was first. It wasn't. Your pick was first. So there you go. You ended up with Marty Bowen. It's a good pick for you guys. And last pick of the draft, I think, goes to me. And it'll be one of these top four. Considering this guy could potentially be All-NBA, Donnie Terrell. Congratulations, old Donnie. Come on down. Don't know if he'll be any good, but we'll give it a shot. So, let's see. We'll move back over here. As I got James as a 75 at 18 years old, and you guys got Adams who's a 75 at 21. That's not bad. And then Bowen's a 72 at 19, Terrell's a 70 at 21. Again, you guys had a damn good draft. It's amazing what happens when you take just, you know, the best player available instead of, oh, I don't know, whatever the hell you guys were doing when you were drafting, for the most part. For the most part. Alright, qualifying offers. Georgie. The Georgie. Oh boy. We are gonna have some work to do with these rosters. Oh, we're gonna have some work to do. Alvarez to the Heat, Zion to the Jazz, Anthony Edwards to the Raptors.
Beep, beep! Oh, sorry!
Goodness,
what's that? Oh, that's just a you can't make this shit up alarm!
And it's Warrior with a 50 bomb of his own. I don't even know if the alerts showed up. For some reason, I don't think they did. No, it showed up. There it was. The stream was just late. Fucking hell, boys. Thank you for making it that much easier for the fact that I probably spend too much money on Kraken jerseys. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Not that the girlfriend would have been mad, but hey, I heard it from a mile away. Well, I mean, I'm sure hearing it was fine. I just didn't know. Oh my god. Guys, we might not be, we might not have that much longer to wait for Herb Dixon to retire if he's declining. This might be done sooner than expected. Who'd you get on them? I got Alexiak on the road jersey, Jordan Eberle on the home. They're gonna take a while to get here, I'm sure. They're gonna take a while, I'm sure. Declining at 27. What the hell is this? Welcome to NBA. So we'll look at your roster first here, as we do, or we'll look at mine. That's fine, even though it says the Breeze. There we go. Denver, you're very funny. Let's see. Humphreys, Posnoff, Harper, Westbrook, Haynes, and Schultz. I think I got rid of Bowen. Humphreys, Posnoff, Harper. We got Haynes and Schultz at guard. Forgot that we moved them last year. So we gotta find out what happened to Marty Bowen, who you guys just drafted. And then it's Todor and Wesley. Of course, we moved Blackman to power forward because it made a lot of sense. Kramer, Lekic, Blake, and Blackman. God, you guys have such great depth. O'Neal, Lyles, and Adams. So you're missing Horace and you're missing Bowen. Right. Well, in terms of big men, I mean, there's no denying that Horace still fits in really well with the team. Tommy Adams has a B. God, you guys have such good depth. This is nuts. How good is Horace Keefe at this point? Because it might make sense to actually move on from him. He's an 81 at 31 years old on Boston. Guys, I hate to tell you, but I think it's best to move on. Like, if you have him as like your sixth man behind O'Neal and like Kramer and Lekic, I actually think it's probably for the best to move on from Keefe at 31, which is crazy. He's been here for a long time. But I don't really see a spot for him because it's 6, 7, 8, 12. Yeah, you got your 15. And then Kirk Schultz or Marty Bowen. And then, to be honest, Charlie Haynes as well at 29. He's still a great player, but as it is, you have such good young depth at guard. It feels like you guys are at the point where you got to move on from the old guard here. I mean, Marty Bowen's a B-. He's a free agent. But yeah, you want Popoff and Harper, who both played very well, to play on occasion. Schultz will probably go down to the G League. I hate to say it, but 5th overall in 2025, I think Charlie Haynes is gone for you guys, man. I mean, you can see that steady decline starting to kick in. I think Charlie Haynes is gone. As shitty as that is, I think it is best for you guys, though. You got the youth and you don't want to stifle them. And definitely sign Marty Bowen. And then the other guy you'll be saying goodbye to is the man that you guys thought would lead you to a title, and it just never happened. Horace Keefe, #1 overall in 2024. If it makes you feel any better, he's now on Boston, where he'll probably dick me over for years to come. But members of the guard, I mean, Tommy Campbell left last year. Now it's Haynes and Horace Keefe leaving the team. Solid careers here, but again, you guys have such strong depth as it is. Or again, it's centers. It's not as if Lyles is that much worse, and you have Tommy Adams in the system behind him. Kramer's honestly probably your starting power forward at this time. I think Blackman with that B+ honestly will probably be in the G League again. You honestly have a lot of players that could be in the G League. It's more based off of who the hell's not going to get any playing time. You know? So that's honestly tough. I think Tommy Adams especially is going. It probably does make sense to protect the big men. Because it's not as if you're going to be in desperate need for like Schultz or Bowen to develop. So I think, you know, best to play it safe. Drop Blackman down. Drop Adams down. There's no point in really protecting Bowen. I mean, there is, but... I mean... Well, I guess Lyles could actually be the depth thought. Maybe we keep Adams. Have Lyles in like an extreme depth role. Yeah, maybe we do. They do protect Bowen. I mean, Schultz. But again, like, you have your next guards for the future. I'm gonna go with my gut on that one in terms of, hey, this is what I'd do with my team, which is how I'm basing it so we can move faster. So then looking at your squad for the season. I mean, honestly, it's still pretty damn well stacked. Still pretty damn well stacked. All these guys are guards. Bowen's a guard. Todor's a forward. It's got to be Kramer and O'Neal as the big men. Blake and Lekic. Honestly, fortunately, it's kind of Tyson Blake that gets a little bit shafted on guaranteed time, but you do what you got to do. Bowen and Schultz, who each have decent height and could play forward. Todor's in that category as well. We know Wesley's the starter. Actually, it's pretty much a guarantee that Todor's the backup forward. And then Posthoff and Harper. Hey, you guys are pretty damn well set, man. Pretty damn well set indeed. The one big change is that Vlad Lekic is no longer the primary starter. But Humphries, Westbrook, Wesley, Kramer, O'Neal is still just nuts. And I think you guys will have a hell of a season. And on the flip side for the Airmen, what do I got? I have Payne, who's out for the season with an Achilles injury, apparently. Alright. I'm missing Olich and Page. Barea, Soto, Belitis, Steele. And we got a declining Bledsoe. Bledsoe, Steele, James, Panescu, Terrell, Butler, Ramsey, Doyle. Alright, so I'm missing a couple of guys here. I'm missing Havelsita. I'm missing Jared Page and Mladen Olic. So it's 2, 5, full 10. Yeah, we got our 15. Damn. Well, pretty obvious that Georgie over here has got to go. Very, very late second round pick. Very useful player. Was a part of the 2033 championship team, but Georgie's got to go. And in the interim, I'm thinking it's got to be Havelsita that comes back. He ended up signing in Dallas. But we'll make that deal to bring Sita back. So Panescu is gone. And aside from that, it's the point guard situation with Page and Olich. Belitis is just never really going to develop, but I'm pretty sure Page and Olich are both older at this point. Page especially has to be 30 years old minimum. Yeah, he's 31 and a 77. He looks like still being a pretty useful player, but I'm going to let go of Jared Page as well, which is a real shame. He was first team All-NBA in terms of rookie year as a second round pick back in 2025. Two-time NBA champion. But now is the time to move on from Jared Page. And honestly, Olich might be gone too. Mladen Olic is 30 years old. He's also a 77, still useful. Two-time NBA champion for a first-round pick back in 2027. But I'm also going to drop Mladen Olic. We're going to get younger. Gonna get younger. Devs, what's up? So tough players to say goodbye to. Stevie Payne being hurt really sucks because he would be a useful point guard. His potential's shit. Honestly, I didn't even notice that Leo Soto was as good as he is. So Diego Barrea is going to move from shooting guard over to my starting point guard position. And Leo Soto, who was 19th overall in 2029, is already an NBA champion. He's going to be my new starting shooting guard with Francis Baxter in that depth role at 32. He's the best of the veterans. And we got Belitis behind him. Everybody else here, honestly, Mitch Steele. Mitch Steele never really took off. Like, he's still useful at a 78. But I also don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the full-time guy moving forward. I'm probably going to use him in a depth role as well behind Soto. Which means Belitis is really screwed. Which means then we have the forward position, which, to be honest, he's only 19 years old, but Elton James, I think, is going to get the chance over Dylan Bledsoe. Just out of pure necessity. Or worst case, I move Andre Doyle to forward. Elton James could technically be a power forward, but we have a lot of height. Right. I mean, Ramsey and Butler are looking pretty good, too. And then we still have Seed as a depth option. He still has A- potential, but it's just not going to happen. So I think G League for me is pretty straightforward. It would be Payne if he was healthy. And I guess it still could be. And then it'll also be, actually, since Payne is fine, it's going to be Donnie Terrell, and it's going to be Andre Doyle or not. I guess because I used a spot and recalled a spot, I can't do it? Well, that sucks. It shouldn't be working that way. It should still let me send somebody down. Alright, well, fuck it. I guess I'll just get bent. It's probably because of the injury. It's probably registering me as a player short. Maybe. It is what it is. I'm not too worried. So my team this year, undergoing some pretty big changes. It's definitely because Payne is hurt and he's registered as the 13th man. It's okay. Which means I technically could bring back Page or Olich, I'm quite sure. But then again, we also have a stash player, so... Doyle's a power forward, Ramsey's a power forward, Seed is a power forward. I'm gonna give it to Butler until he proves that he shouldn't have it. So Doyle's a depth option. Seed and Ramsey are there. In terms of forwards, I'm gonna start Elton James over Bledsoe. Then at guard, it'll be Steele in a depth role. Baxter gets moved into a depth role, and then Belitis is on the bench. So I can't help but feel like, yet again, my time at the top of the league is probably done. But having said that, we both did just have a #1 seed finish last year, only to then absolutely blow it. So... who's to say? Again, Herb is my primary star. And let's see what the hell happens, man. We keep going. Until Herb Dixon retires, pretty much, is my game plan. Unless I get a bit too bored of it before then. Which, I mean, it's still interesting, right? To see what's going to happen. And obviously the league is so much higher scoring as Tyson Blake breaks his wrist, but we can apparently leave everything as it is. I think it's just interesting for the sake of, you know, looking at how these two teams are still kind of hanging in there. How your team has developed, especially to being this good but still struggling in the playoffs, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Wesley's good to go. Shows me as 4th in the conference, but #1 in the power rankings, which I can't help but think is going to change, unless it's off of winning streaks. Erickson a need for Todor. He should be fine. Jeff O'Neal should be fine. A couple minor injuries here and there, but for the most part, we're avoiding having to do anything. Which is nice. I thought that was going to be a major injury. For opening my mouth. My mouth. Conference for Omaha. I mean, we definitely have reached the point for both of us, though, as Jeff O'Neal breaks his hand. I was going to say where the regular season doesn't matter. So Lyles will now step in to be your starting center. It's not as if he's trash and incapable of the job. Means Blake gets a spot on the bench. We'll move on. Shows you guys is first in your conference, which is great news. Dude, it is incredible how much higher scoring the league is now that it's a 20-second shot clock instead of a 24. That has to be the reason for these amplified scores, right? 163 to 103 over the Magic. Jesus. Like, that has to be the reason. Because the scoring is absolutely absurd right now. And I feel like that was the only major rule change that would contribute to the scoring being this outrageous. I do get Stevie Payne back from injury finally, but which I can do. He'll still be on the bench. Trade deadline, don't gotta worry about it. Alright, the All-Star game. What do we got? Sean Humphreys, for you guys, now a 5-time All-Star. Herb Dixon's an 8-time All-Star. Jermaine Westbrook is a 5-time All-Star. And Brooke Wesley's on the other side. He's now a 3-time All-Star. So it's literally, you guys have the big three of Humphreys, Westbrook, Wesley, and I still just have Herb. And somehow one superstar has been enough over 3 really, really good players. And figure that one out, because Lord knows I don't understand it. I do not understand. But we get to the All-Star break. I want to look at the award races as Humphreys and Dixon are both top 5 in MVP candidacy. Behind Cade Cunningham, who's the favorite. Rookie of the Year, Elton James is up there for me, but he is currently hurt. 6th Man of the Year. Lucas playing 6th man for the Celtics. That's nuts. Jeff O'Neal, again, a favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. Sounds about right. Again, we got people in the running when it comes to the awards. And then contract extensions. Somebody signed Dylan Bledsoe, but I have a feeling he will be gone sooner rather than later. Just re-sign everybody and don't be afraid to drop them if need be. Do what we got to do. Postnoff is good to go. I lose Leo Soto to a broken leg. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Steele can do a guard. We'll get Doyle in there. Alright. Elton James. Leave him in. Soto is back. Take Doyle out. Honestly, though, Steele has been doing good, though, since he got put into the lineup. Tough to take him out. But I'm going to. Like cramp for Baxter, we should be fine. He is fine. Humphreys gonna be out for a week or two for you guys. And you got Postnoff there to step in. Perfectly fine. Let's get Schultz in there. So there's Claude Harper. A lot more injuries here, man. A lot more injuries. Whoops. Get Humphreys back in there. Schultz out of there. Just trying to get to the playoffs as fast as we can. Broken left wrist for Lothar. The injuries are starting to add up for you guys. Not good. Butler, he was already in my rotation. Take that. All right. What do we got? What do we got? Elton James picking up another injury, and Cade Cunningham wins league MVP. Olenechev averaged 37 points. I feel like he got robbed. Elton James, though, wins Rookie of the Year for the Airmen. To be honest, Landry got completely robbed. But 13 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. I guess I can see why I would have given it to Landry, but I will take the Rookie of the Year in Elton James. Bobby Dixon won 6th man. Jeff O'Neal wins another Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's his 3rd. He is first team all defense 3 times in a row, or at least 3 times already in his career. I think my coach won Coach of the Year again. Brooke Wesley was first team all NBA. Humphreys was 2nd team. Westbrook was 3rd team. Not a single member of Omaha. Breeze was on the all defensive team. Breeze, O'Neal was there. So was Wesley. All rookie team features Elton James. 2nd year in a row, we have the #1 seeds. Fresh matchups, though, Golden State and Cleveland. But 2nd year in a row, we have the #1 seeds. 58-24 for Omaha. 58, 2nd year in a row, we have the #1 seeds and identical records. Goodness. Soto actually led the way for my team with 28 points. This was the closest Herb ever was to not averaging a double-double. He's down to an 84. He already has a Hall of Fame resume. But the decline looks like it's sinking in while Westbrook, Humphreys, and Wesley are still just monsters for you guys. But I think my boys are falling off a little bit. Especially Herb Dixon. So for me, then, in the playoffs. Let's see. Craze, what's going on, man? Cedar, 11-9. What about balances out? Ramsey wins over Cedar. And Butler clearly wins over Ramsey. Yeah, Doyle's definitely not factoring in either. Sorry to see it, man, but you keep getting outplayed. Let's see, who's the starting forward going to be? James was a 9 and a 16. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Bledsoe, 20 and a 10.5. It was Bledsoe, man. He's the best option at forward. And steal again, a 16 and a 9.5. Gonna give it the steal over James, despite winning Rookie of the Year. And then at point guard, or guard in general, Soto was incredible. Baxter, a 16 and a 9.5. Still my best option at point guard. Stevie Payne outplayed Belitas. So we have our options then. This might be the last hurrah. It might be indeed. This might just be the last hurrah. And for you guys, we get Blackman on the playoff roster. Let's see, for the big men on the team are Blackman, Blake, Lyles, Lekic, O'Neal, and Kramer. So Adams didn't play this year. Lyles is at a 10-10. Blackman didn't play this year. Lyles over Blake. Lekic at a 14-10. O'Neal at a 12-20. Kramer and O'Neal keep their starting spots, as expected. Lyles is going to have to keep his starting spot over Tommy Adams. But a power forward. 14-10. Yeah. Got that set up there. And then elsewhere, Wesley an 18 and a 28. Todor was good, but not that good. Still keep a depth roll. And then from there, top guards. 13 and a 6. It's going to be Harper over Posnoff. He had a better shooting average in terms of who's on the bench. We'll have Adams in over Schultz. Let's see what we can do in terms of the minutes. You guys are just as well set up as you ever were. Mariners make the playoffs. No. AL East is too strong. Alright. Well, here we go. Again, I think this might just be maybe the last hurrah. I might sim the rest offline and just let you guys know of the final stats. I'm taking on Cleveland, who I should easily beat. They have Novak. When one of your best players is named Cheeks, that's a bad sign. For the Warriors, you guys have a slightly difficult battle. Wiseman, Jason Tatum, even if they're older, it's a little bit more of a difficult road for you guys. We both failed as #1 seeds last year. There is no excuse for the same. I mean, there was no excuse last year. There's really no excuse this time out. That's it. As I say that, Hawks, the Twins are apparently beating the Blue Jays, so there you go. I am kicking the crap out of Cleveland, and they almost came back. 138-26. 32 points for Soto. I believe in his first ever playoff game. Not often we get just 15 points from Herb Dixon and win. Warriors and Breeze. Let's see what you you guys can do. By 1 point, the Breeze win it. 39 points and a double-double for Westy. Wesley with a double-double of his own. Humphreys with a double-double. Kramer with a double-double. O'Neal was 1 point away. That was a great team performance. Game 1 to the Breeze. Game 2, Cavs and Airmen. God, it's crazy how high scoring these games are now because of that shot clock change. And we win it. 135 to 129. Herb 25 and 11. Berea 22 points. 21 points for Bledsoe. Looking good. 2-0 lead. What about for you guys here? What about for you guys? Man, the Warriors just went on a crazy run at the end of that first quarter. Comeback win, though. 138 to 134. 39 points, 10 assists for Humphreys. Westbrook was great. O'Neal was great. Our big players are carrying us both. We both have a 2-0 lead here, which is great. We might just be set up for the ultimate finale here. Could be. Game 3, we're looking good, but it's still relatively close. It's a 3-0 series lead for the Airmen. 37 points. Soto is going off in these playoffs. He was 13 of 13 from the free throw line. And for you guys looking to also take a 3-0 series lead, can you do it? We've had some blowouts. We've had some close games. There you go. 144 to 132, 35 points, 11 assists for Westbrook. Double-double as well for Humphreys. And this time out, the number 1 seeds aren't blowing it, at least not yet. We each have a 3-0 series lead. But how long will that regular season success carry over to the playoffs? Omaha. Job done. Sweep in the bag. We knock out Cleveland. Triple-double for Herb Dixon, his best game of the series, and it was right at the end. Will Honolulu be joining us in the semifinal? That is the question. This would be your first sweep in team history that you were on the positive side of. And Golden State says no. 145 to 124. 29 points from Wesley and a double-double from Humphreys wasn't enough. Humphreys was 5 of 25 from the floor. So no sweep, but you still have a 3-1 series lead. God help you guys if you blow this. 139 to 132. Despite 32 points from Wesley and a double-double from Humphreys, the series is now 3-2. I swear to God, Chad, if they even get to Game 7, your team is cursed. Your team, oh my God, Chad. You're going to Game 7. 139 to 107. From 3-0, the Breeze lose 3 in a row. If you guys lose this, I'm just gonna sim the rest off stream and I'll do an update video about like, hey, here's who made the Hall of Fame and such. Holy shit. If you guys blow this and lose as the 1 seed 2 years in a row, God help you if you do it after a 3-0 series lead and get reverse swept. God help you. Slay that dragon. Overcome your problems, thank God. Honolulu survives in Game 7, 148 to 127, 34 points for Kramer, double-double for Wesley, double-double for Humphreys, double-double for O'Neal. And finally, you don't blow it. You make it to the second round for only the second time. It is 2035. 2035. and you finally make it back to the second round, where you'll take on the Dallas Mavericks, who look like this. Jalen Green, Brandon Felder. Good team, but a beatable team. A lot of depth, though. And I get to take on the 76ers. Now, between myself and the Sixers, we have won the last 3 NBA titles. As you'll notice here, it was Philly, then myself, and then Philly. All 3 seasons, by the way, the Portland Trail Blazers lost in the finals. So say hello to the Buffalo Blazers if they make it back and lose this year. Dude, how many times have the Blazers lost in the finals? Jesus, that's 4 times. In like the last 6 years. Fucking hell. That poor city. And what do they look like? I presume Zion's still there. Just Dawkins and Walker. Okay, we got a chance. That's right, Zion left. I should win this. We should both win this. Game 1 of round 2. We start off Breeze and Mavericks. And that's a hell of a start to game 1 for you guys, but they're closing the distance. Oh my god, if you choke this away. You guys had a 19-point lead at the end of the first. You will hold on. 142 to 131. Hello, Muted. How are you? 36 points on the double-double for Humphries. Westbrook looking good. Near triple-double for Wesley. Double-double for Kramer. Job done. I think that's your first ever win in the second round, by the way. Because you got swept the last time you were there. Muted, I'm doing great, man. Feeling good. Alright, game 1, Airmen and Sixers. Very close. Very close. And the Sixers are going to run away with it, 134 to 127. 40 points from Soto, a double-double from Butler, but Dixon, despite a triple-double, it was a low-scoring triple-double. And we lose. Advantage Breeze, who I always want to call the Hanu because of last year. Game 2 between the Breeze and the Mavericks. I always love how small and like dainty your logo is. And unfortunately, yeah, your series is tied at 1 apiece. 142 to 116. Great games from Westbrook and Wesley. Humphries with a double-double, but again, struggled shooting. And 36 points for DeAndre Ayton will seal it. That's a 1-1 lead. I'm hoping to have the same split by the end of this game, please. That would be great. That would be great. And indeed, 135 to 122. 34 points for Soto, double-double for Dixon. Much better. Portland is still in the playoffs, by the way. Game number 3. Oh my god, what a start. 43 to 19 in the first quarter. Have some goddamn mercy, guys. Jesus, you didn't have to embarrass them. 169 to 123. Holy shit. 44 points for Westbrook. 43 points for Wesley. 40 points and a triple-double for Humphries. Your 3-star players all scored at least 40 points. Holy shit. Like, we know the scoring's higher. For those that missed it, the shot clock went down from 24 seconds to 20. And it resulted in just an absurd spike in scoring. But holy god. Game 3 for the Airmen and the Sixers. It's another close one. And the Sixers are going to win it 125 to 120. 25 for Soto, 23 for Bledsoe, 21 for Dixon, but it's not enough. Game number 4, Breeze and Mavs looking to take a 3-1 lead, and you guys are off to another really good start. 42 points in the first quarter alone. Jesus. Jesus. And that's a dominant victory. 151 to 116. 36 points on the double-double for Humphries. 35 points in the double-double for Westbrook. 22 points and 21 rebounds for Wesley on the double. Double-double for O'Neal. And you guys are 1 win away from your first ever conference final. 1 win away. I need to win this game or I'm facing a 3-1 deficit. Could it finally be Honolulu's time? The Sixers win 158-144. Pushing Omaha to the brink of elimination. Breeze and Mavericks, Game 5. A chance to end the series and make it to the conference final for the first time, and it looks like it's gonna happen. 165-123. 48 points and 21 assists for Humphries. 34 points, 10 rebounds for Wesley. 21 points for Westbrook. 20 points and 12 rebounds for O'Neal. For the first time ever, Honolulu is in a conference final. It only took it took 15 years. But you're finally here. And honestly, all I can do is hope that my team can dig themselves out of this hole. It's Game 5 against the Sixers. I'm down 3-1. It's been 84 years. You're just throwing your own hopes and dreams into the ocean. Whew. It's close, but by 3, Omaha lives to see Game 6. 33 points for Soto. Barea, Dixon, Bledsoe, all over 20 points. We go to Game 6. Can we force Game 7? Or will the Sixers move on to another conference final? We let it slip away. We give up 46 points in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia knocks out Omaha in 6. 46 points for Soto, 29 for Herb. We absolutely choked from a defensive standpoint. That was awful. So Philadelphia moves on. Damn, that's disappointing. I mean, still 2 titles to our credit, but we could have made it back to more finals. Leo Soto, by the way. I got myself a young superstar here. What a player. Herb was still looking good. Bledsoe also looking a little bit ageless, but the depth scoring was a problem. The depth scoring was a problem, and our defense was pretty trash. So who will it be? Game 7, San Antonio and Portland. For you guys, Blazers look like this. Their best players are 83s. Spurs have LaMelo Ball. You got to be rooting for those Blazers. Who's it going to be? And it is going to be Portland. They made it all the way to the finals last year after beating you guys as the #1 seed. And now you meet up in the conference final. They're the 7th seed. Miami plays Philadelphia. Beautiful. No, you cannot, Austin. But I appreciate the attempt. Oh, goodness. All right, man. Well, you just saw what the Blazers look like. It's your first ever appearance in the conference final. Don't blow it, and you might just make it to your first ever final. But you guys have struggled against the Blazers, as have everybody. And the Blazers take Game 1, 129-123. Triple-double from Humphries, triple-double from Wesley. Didn't matter. I don't understand. You guys blew that game. My God, where are you from? I was born in Massachusetts, but I've lived in Maine pretty much all my life. Maine. Not technically a part of Canada anymore. Or Massachusetts, for that matter. Much better performance from you guys here, though. 127-115. Series is tied at 1 apiece. Double-double for Westbrook. Another triple-double for Humphries. Double-double for Wesley. Another double for O'Neal. Nearly a double. Nearly a triple for Kramer, God's sake. All right. Miami and Philly also split at 1-1. Game number 3. Wait, Maine and Mass were a part of Canada. I mean, Maine was a part of... technically Canada-ish, and then yes, Maine was a part of Massachusetts for a long time. As you guys get pooped on in Game 3, 144 to 110. Right as Muted said, at least you're competitive. You lose by 34 points. Nobody really showed up in that one for you. Now down 2 to 1. Game number 4. At least we won a game. That's true. It's technically progress. You're playing with house money. And you're going to tie this series up at 2 apiece. 160. That's at least the 3rd time you've scored 160 points in a playoff game this run. Jesus. 160 to 103. 39 points, 18 assists for Humphries. 31 points for Westbrook, 21 for Kramer and Wesley. Double-double for O'Neal. Each conference final series tied at 2 games. It's game number 5, and you need a win. And it's much closer. The Blazers are running away with it. 138 to 121. 31 points for Wesley, 26 for Kramer, doubles for Westbrook and Humphries. The Blazers have the lead. It's game number 6. Your season is on the line. Can you force Game 7 back at home court? Oh my God, chat. We're jumping in. This is the biggest game in your organization's history. It needs to be a win, or the Blazers are going to bounce you right here and right now. It needs to be a win. We have yet to really have this moment where we've jumped in to watch your team play. Because, let's be honest, for the vast majority of this series, your team has been completely irrelevant.
Passes it to O'Neal.
But this is it, the deepest into the playoffs you've ever been. You're down by 4. Can your stars show up? Humphries to O'Neal. Good bucket. Good job by Jeff O'Neal. I always want to call him Jermaine. Can you force Game 7? If you do, you'll be 1 win away from making it to your first finals. Near turnover. And a wide open 3 puts Portland up by 5. That's rough, man. That's rough. Let's watch that again, because right here it's when the turnover nearly happened. Like, your guard came in for like a double team. He just kicked it out. Easy 3. That was brutal. I think that was Westbrook on the defense there. Humphries again. MVP winner. Westbrook, open shot for Lothar Kramer. Big 3-point shot from the corner himself. The lead's down to 2.
A 3-point barrage for him.
It's a must win.
Covered by Humphries.
Humphries, last I knew, was an 88 overall. There's the switch, feed inside, makes it. The lead's back up to 4, 2.5 to go.
Anderson against Westbrook. Now here is Humphries. He's
Off the pick, Humphries trying to drive, shot up, misses.
no good. So the
Crucial miss perhaps for Humphries.
They've led by as much as 10. Kalmuski. He's covered by Westbrook. 2 minutes.
I'm assuming until Herb's retirement ceremony. That's what I'm hoping for, yeah. Open 3 again for Anderson. Got it!
Gets it to go.
Is that Westbrook that keeps leaving him open? The lead's up to 7. Horrific defense. Humphries for 3. Misses.
With the 3-point shot.
I know he wants to get him back into this, but that's...
There is no way you guys are going to choke again with this roster. How? How do you keep choking? I'm not even like reveling in the fact that you're choking. 3 seconds on the clock. They waste a lot of time. Shot up, misses. They got the rebound. Oh my God.
Out to Anderson.
They got the rebound.
Over to the left wing. Here's Kalmuski.
Shot up, misses. O'Neal kicks it up to Westbrook. Got to make something happen fast. Double coverage. O'Neal. He's not a three-point shooter. Kramer, mid-range, misses. 2 years in a row, our teams entered the playoffs as the number 1 seeds, and we thought, hey, maybe, just maybe. Missed shot, but another offensive rebound and a foul. Maybe, just maybe, the dream is alive, right? Maybe, just maybe, the dream is alive for a team versus team final. And instead, 2 years in a row, we are we're gonna get bounced, man.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead.
We are gonna get bounced. At least I got bounced, and oof. The Blazers are gonna go back to the NBA final for the 4th year in a row. They're 0-3.
But they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Westbrook to Humphries. He's got to put up a 3 here. He doesn't. Tries to drive, gets blocked. And Chad, I'll put you out of your misery. I won't let you watch the confetti fall. Portland wins in 6. A final score of 156-151. I do not have an explanation for how this keeps happening. It is another Blazers-Sixers final. For the 3rd time in 4 years, it's Sixers and Blazers. And the Blazers finally win! A team of destiny. Holy shit, they did what the Bills couldn't. 4th time is the charm. The Blazers finally win after making it to the finals for the 4th straight year and losing to the Sixers twice and Omaha once. Wow. They finally got it done. They finally got it done. As we both lost to the teams that made it to the finals. Oh, man. You know, the one thing I want to do is take a look at the old NBA records here as we get to the conclusion of another season. In terms of total points, Giannis finished 7th, huh? Is our boy in the top 100? If Jamal Crawford finished in the top 100, our boy's got to be there. Actually, maybe not. If Kawhi's only 92, I doubt we see Herb. With how young Herb is, yeah, he's gonna have to keep playing. Crazy some of the names you see in there, though. He's got to be top 50 in rebounds, though, or at least close, because he was top 100. He was 98th the last time we looked. And that was like 3 seasons ago. He's 62nd all time. He will hit 10,000 rebounds next year, which is awesome. All-time assist leader still Stockton. The block leader, is Herb up there at all? I think I saw his name. Horace Keefe, by the way, is top 100 all-time in blocks. You made it further than you ever did with him off the roster, though. I don't know what that says. Hey, Herb is 74th all-time in blocks. Most career turnovers, LeBron. Sounds about right. And then the most career triple doubles. It's an untouchable Westbrook record. But again, I'm very disappointed they don't count double doubles because Herb would be way up there. He would be. He's spectacular. He's 43rd all time. He has 17 triple-doubles already. Not bad. And for the record, too, because we've never really looked at our team records. Total points, Brooke Wesley has the 2 highest point totals you guys have ever seen. Field goals made. Humphries on the list, too. Damn. Most 3-pointers in the game was Westbrook. 16 free throws is the record. Lyles had the most rebounds. Look at Jeff O'Neal already, man. It's crazy for you guys, but Lyles still has the most rebounds in a game record. And then the assist leader, it's all Humphries. That's how good he is for you guys. O'Neal is the block leader. Humphries the steal leader in terms of like every game. Sucks that it shows Keith in Boston now. He once played every minute of a game. Did Horace Keith? That's crazy. Leo Soto already has my record for most points in a game. He and Herb are the only 2 guys to hit 50. That's crazy. He didn't even do it in the game where he hit 12 3-pointers. Rebounds in a game. Herb once had 30 rebounds in a game. I'm not surprised. Eddie O is still the best setup man we've ever had. My block leader is Nate Hinton. I think he was a random scrub for me, too. As was Quentin Grimes. He was a random Season 1 scrub. Herb once played 50 minutes in a game. Playoff record, though. Herb did have 55 points in a playoff game, which is pretty cool. And for you guys, Humphries had 48 points in a playoff game. So that is another season in the books. As ridiculous as it is, you guys apparently have Sacramento as rivals, which is hilarious. 4 playoff appearances in total. 0 conference titles. 5 division titles now. And on the flip side, of course, for the Airmen, it is now 8 playoff appearances, 2 conference titles, 2 NBA titles. I'm apparently rivals with the Sixers, Pistons, Bulls, and Heat. That sounds about right. Especially those front 3. I don't recall too many series with the Heat, but those top 3, those do fit the bill. God damn. Let's check retirements really quickly. I don't know if I'll go through the full thing. A lot of big-time names going here. Tatum, Ayton, Trae Young, Anthony Towns, Devin Booker. Again, we might be getting close. I mean, again, players can retire very, very early in this game. So the idea as Kenny Snow retires. 1 season away from Omaha, and he calls it quits. He plummeted. Yeah, players can retire early on. I really do want to go until we see the retirement of Herb Dixon. You know? Jason Tatum, Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young, and Devin Booker all retired. Tatum's number retired by the Celtics, as was Mr. Towns. In league meetings, we have a new record. Opposing team will enter the bonus after 16 fouls have been committed in overtime. That is a new record as well, so... I don't know, man. I think we might keep going, but... heartbreak after heartbreak.